How you doing? Just going to do a wee video here, show you how everything works in your new van. Now, when you come into the van, you have a main power switch just on the right hand side of the door when you come in. Just this button here is your main on-off switch for everything. You have a button on the right hand side of it is just a main power switch for your water pump. Just turn that on, that'll switch on the pump for all your taps, toilet, the whole lot. On the left here we have our gauges. If we push the button on the left, it's showing us our battery, our leisure battery. We can see that's full at the minute. And the button on the right is your water tank. You can see your tank's full as well. This switch here is just a switch for your outside or your inside lights, main switch for lights. And this button here is for your outside lights. Now underneath that we've our heating controls. The top part of it here is for heating the water. So we just push that wee button there. We can see it lights up this wee display here. So that's water heating on gas. And every time we push the button it moves this across here. So we'll just come right across to here. That's a wee frost setting. It just keeps the heater from freezing if you wanted to leave it on. The next one is a low power electric. If you're plugged in a campsite, it's a low power electric heating. Next one, we have two squiggly lines. We have a higher power electric heating. And then we're into the flame symbol, that's a gas heating. And we have both gas and electric, low power, and gas and electric at the higher power. So just select what's more appropriate. If you're on campsites, the electric. If you've no power, the gas setting. Now the gas is a lot quicker. If you want water fairly quick now, we'd recommend you use the gas. And we just hold this button in for a couple of seconds to power it off. Now next one down is heating inside the van. Now if we just push that button, we can see it's on gas here at the minute, and we can use the plus and minus buttons to set the temperature. We push the button again, it comes across the same as above, gas with electric and electric on its own. Just low power electric, medium power electric and a high power electric with 3 electric settings on this. The gas and electric here. Same as above, depends on if you have power or if you don't have power. And just bring that across, that's off there now. So that's your heating. Now your fridge. Just down to your fridge, you have a 3-way fridge here just underneath the sink. On the left hand side of it we've a power control knob. So you have 3 settings. You have a mains power, you have a 12 volt power, and you have gas. So you select whatever's appropriate. If you're in a campsite or at the house plugged in, you could use a mains power setting. 12 volt setting only works when the engine's running. So you'd only really use that when you're driving or whatever. And the bottom one here, a gas setting. These are similar to a cooker, you actually have to light them. We can see a wee gauge here. They're little red needles in the white, so the gas is not lit. When that comes across into the green, it's lit. We'll just light it. You have a wee valve here, gas valve. If I hold that in and hold this wee sparker button, you should see that needle climb up into the green. See, they're climbing into the green. So let go of this, just keep the gas valve held in for a couple of seconds. And that's it running there in gas at the minute. And you can put down and up your temperature. Now if I turn off this knob here, we can see that needle drop back into the white when the gas turned off. So you have a wee lock on your door just underneath that. Just push down that little button and you can open and close your door. Now underneath at the seats, underneath the rear seats on the passenger side, you can see all your bits and pieces in there. A sink drainer, your lead, a couple of bits and pieces. That wee T handle is for raising and lowering the bed if something happens to the electric end of it. There's a packet of toilet chemical. This is your water heater in here, and that little yellow valve is a drain, water drain. So if you want to empty the heater, you turn that valve across. You could hear the pump running when I switched it on. So during the winter, to drain your heater, just turn that valve clockwise, a quarter turn, and it'll drain all the water out of your heater for you. Now, underneath the other side here is your water pump. It's about all this there. The heater, that's the heater down the back corner there, so underneath the van, and your water pump in there. This all makes into a bed. These will slide out, and I'll make that up for you shortly. I'll show you how that works. Cooker, standard gas cooker. You've a wee igniter button here on the right hand side. So I just turn on a gas ring, hold that in, push the wee sparker button, and see it goes. Once it's lit, keep the button held for a couple of seconds, on your way down, full flame, and off. Your air conditioning, there's a remote control for your aircon. The instructions there for it. We can see it up there. Now there's lights in it. If I push this light button here, switches on the lights in it. To work it as an air conditioning, you have your power button here in the top left. We just switch that on. You can use these plus and minus buttons to set the temperature, and I'll just turn this off. Just keep the noise down. You have a mode button here, and select if you want heating or air conditioning or just to recirculate air or stuff. You have the mode button, so there's full instructions for it. I'll put them in the little bag for you. Probably be the handiest. Now up at the front here, to make this up into a bed, this table will lift out of here. If you use this little lever here, pull that down, the leg will fold up, and the table sits in on these little runners underneath there. So we'll set that up for you as well. We'll show you how all that works, and I'll show you underneath this seat here now in a second. Now to make up your beds, the back bed, just slide out these two bases underneath the seat, and we just move the cushions that the high ends are in towards the outside. These are the backs of the cushions, and this wee piece here sits in there, that when you unpackage that, it'll open and it'll fill all the way up there. Up to the front bed here, something similar. This slides out from underneath that side facing seat. The table sits down. These cushions stay roughly similar. This piece here is in the wardrobe, and this piece here the same as the back one. When you unpackage that, it'll open and it'll fill that whole slot there, so you've that whole area as a bed. This pull down bed, we've wee key goes in here, just a master key, turn that on, and you just the buttons down. It'll stop when it's down the full way and up. And there's a wee ladder, stops when it's up the full way. So if we take out the key, it'll not work. You have to have the key in it to work. So that's all your beds made up. Now at the table, for the rear facing seat, we can see we've all the electric end of things. If we open down that door, you have your main trip switches and your 12-volt fuses for everything in the back, and there's a main switch down the bottom there, main power switch if you wanted everything off. The original battery is outside in that white box outside there. That's the second battery that was fitted. It's all underneath the seat at the front. The forward facing seat then is just storage underneath it. Now down to your TV. In the wardrobe we have your aerial and satellite controls. You have an adjustable aerial. We loosen that screw there. The aerial will come down or up, or you can turn it for direction. That's the main control box for your satellite there. There's a switch outside here, it's probably handier for working it. In the bottom box there's a wee booster for your TV aerial. Now to work the satellite, just here behind the TV, this box here, we just push this button on the right, and after 7, that's it. So that satellite will search there now. I'll show you the TV while we're waiting on that. So there's the top button on the left and switch on the TV, and hopefully that's it, we're straight into the aerial. Now to retune, you might have to retune the aerial at times. We push this menu button here, bring up this page, just push the arrows here on it, just push the down button, auto tuning, push across to the push OK. I'd change that there to DTV, just using the right arrow, down to Ireland, press OK, and it'll search stations for you. Now the satellite should be searched now. If we push this button here on the right, the top button on the right, top black button on the right, it'll change over to satellite. That should be just tuning in there now. If you want to go back to your TV, we push that TV button here on the left hand side. It'll bring us back to the ordinary TV. The satellite's just finishing tuning there now, just take a second. No, there she are. Just takes a minute or two for them to tune in. No, that's your satellite tuned in. Now if we just push the OK button here in the centre and bring up your whole program list here, so you can watch away whatever pile of stuff in it. Now to close the satellite, we can push this left hand button here on the Wii controller, and that'll close down there. You can see now we're losing all the reception. If you start the engine, it'll automatically close the satellite once you start the engine. So I think that's everything inside the van here. We'll do a run outside it now. And we'll just start at the back here on the left hand side. We've our gas box here. Just a wee screw on the top of the bottle. If we turn that down, ordinary screw, turn it down clockwise, switches off the gas. Just turn it anti-clockwise to switch on the gas. There's a spanner there for changing your bottle. Hold a second bottle if you want us. Just here in front of that, you have your outside barbecue point. There's a wee connector there you can put onto your barbecue. It just clicks in there. This wee collar will pull forward to hold it, and you can turn on the wee tap here to switch it on. Forward then, just behind the passenger door, a wee storage locker. All your carpets are inside there. That's underneath that side facing seat inside. Your diesel cap here just behind the passenger door, and in the passenger side here, with this wee lever here for the bonnet pull just inside of the dash. Your jack and wheel brace are underneath the passenger seat. They're in there for you. That's your sat nav and a wee bag of instructions. Now underneath the bonnet you have your dipstick just down here, your wee dipstick, and your oil filler is this little black cap on the top of the engine. The rest of the stuff, you have your screen wash, just that little blue cap on the very side in front of the driver. If ever you have to jump start this, over on the passenger side behind the headlight with this wee cover here, if you just open that little cover, you're into your, because your battery's inside the van, that's your positive jump lead onto that. Just close that cover over it, and your air point is here in the centre, that wee steel knob down the centre for your air lead. Just around behind the driver's door then, you have your battery, your original leisure battery, and your mains plug-in point. And that lead, if you want that lead, will just come out there where that wee cutout is in the rubber, and the door will close up so you can lock that away and still have it plugged in. Now next down we have our toilet cassette. To take it out, if you lift up that little orange lever, the whole cassette will pull out. Now it will come down. I'll show you the toilet inside, forgot about that. That orange neck will pull out. Just screw off the lid off here. There's a wee measuring cup in that if you're using the liquid chemicals, and to empty it, just pour everything out that spout. This wee orange button on the back is an air vent. If you hold that down with your thumb as you're emptying it, lets the air, lets everything out without splashing all over the place. To put that back in, just slide it in, lift it in, slide it in, locks into place there, and just push that neck in out of the way. Now just behind the back wheel we have our water filler. Just slide up that wee cap, just put your hose in there, just fill it up, it'll overflow. There's an overflow underneath the van, it'll come out when it's full. And underneath the van here we have our drains. So the blue one at the back is your freshwater drain, and the grey one in front of it is your wastewater drain, your grey water sinks and showers. So we can just turn that there, that's your grey water, and this blue one here is your freshwater drain. And your spare wheel is underneath the van there. If you loosen that nut just behind it, the spare wheel will drop down. So that's everything, just show you the toilet inside. Now your toilet inside the van. Make sure your power supply and your pump are turned on. A wee blue button up in the back there for the flush. And you have a swivel seat in the toilet, you can turn that around if it's more comfortable this way. Just push the wee blue button and operates the flush, and you have a lever just in the front of the toilet there. We lever and just slide that towards the right, it opens and closes the wee door into the cassette. The rest is just your sink and shower. Thank you.